So fall is like my favorite time to read, and one of my favorite genres to read specifically in fall is dark academia, which is what we're doing this week. I'm so excited. And funnily enough, the first book that I'm going to read is Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo, and last year I read Ninth House, one of my favorite books of the entire year. So I've been looking forward to this book for at least a year. I was kind of nervous, I'm not gonna lie. Like when I was adding this to my what to read list in Goodreads, I saw one negative review and I got kind of scared, which is so funny. I can't believe I let one review scare me. I'm super excited to get into this. I listened to a little bit yesterday, probably less than a chapter. I think I listened to the prologue in part of chapter 1 because I had to stop listening to it because I needed to pick up the physical copy. I mean, I already had this, but I mean, I needed to like open it and read it because I love Alex Stern is one of my favorite book characters ever. And so I don't know why I was ever scared of reading this book, but I'm so excited to get into this and I'm gonna start immediately. Okay, I'm 98 pages into Hellbent. I also, first of all, want to say that I was wrong. I read this book 2 years ago, and picking this up is like, there has been no time passed whatsoever. And that always amazes me when I read a book series and somehow the author can make it seem like you just put down the first book. That's insane. The one thing I am confused about is, so the secret society in Yale is broken into like houses. So obviously Alex is in ninth house, or the ninth house, and then one of them is Skull and Bones and the other one is Scroll and Key. I'm gonna be honest, don't really remember specific things about those houses or like who's in them or the importance of them, you know, what the difference is between their houses and the one that Alex is in. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it matters that much. And then if it does, if it gets to a point where like I really am confused, I'll just look it up or something. But that's the only thing that I'm confused about so far, and I feel like that's pretty good for 2 years ago reading the first book and still being able to pick up on, like, I know who the characters are, I know like her backstory. This is so good. I'm obsessed with it, and it's just such an interesting premise. Honestly, this is just making me want to go back and read the first one, which I contemplated doing for this video, but I don't know what it is. Like, Leigh Bardugo's writing, because I absolutely love Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, and those books are so good for being YA. Like, they don't feel like YA at all. So then her adult books are even better. Like, honestly, there's nothing that I don't like about them, and that makes me really excited because I also have The Familiar by her on my physical TBR, and I was gonna read that at some point, and I feel like once I finish this, it's gonna motivate me to read that a lot sooner because her writing is so good. Oh, I love when I haven't read a really good author in a while, and then it makes me feel like I'm like visiting an old friend or something. Or like it's like visiting, like if you, this is getting so detailed, but like if you were a kid and you would always go visit your family, like in wherever they live, and it's a separate location from your home, but it feels like another home. Like that's what it feels like to me when I read like authors that I love. And that just makes me so happy, like not to get so emotional, but I'm gonna keep reading this. for today is how far I've gotten in my audiobook, because I did not sit down and read this at all today. And unfortunately I didn't listen to that much because I forgot my headphones at home when I went to work. It says I'm 36% through the audiobook, so I started at chapter 14 this morning. Yeah, now I'm on chapter 19. Somewhere in the middle, not exactly on the first page of chapter 19, but either way. I'm not super far into this, but it's okay. I'm really enjoying it so far. I literally love Alex Stern as a main character. She's my hero. I love her so much. So I do think that it is more character driven than plot, because not a ton of plot has happened yet, but you know, we're working up to it. But yeah, that's my update. Hopefully I will have read more tomorrow. So I accidentally have not updated in like 2 days, but I haven't read that much more. I'm exactly halfway through the book, and they have started. I feel like based on the title, you know where they're going. Like, I don't think it's a spoiler to say where their journey is to, but I'll keep it vague for those who have not read this. But the reason I have not read it in so long was because I usually listen to books at work, and I actually had so much to do, and like I had to focus at work, obviously. I hope you cannot hear that car. When I was listening to the audiobook, of course, like this is the plot point, like this is like a big thing that's happening, so I wanted to read it. So then, like, when it comes to books that I'm like very attached to the characters, I have to read them. Listening to them is just not enough. I need to be in the story, because I feel like audiobooks, there's a certain degree of separation still. Not when I'm reading words on paper. So yeah, that's my update. Is I need to be way further in this book than I am right now, and I'm not, but I am going to continue reading it. Only 100 pages left of Hellbent, so I'm gonna go to a cutie little coffee shop and I'm gonna finish this book. And then I didn't really know what I wanted to read for the second book in this video. I honestly don't think I really have any other dark academia on my shelves, because as soon as I get a dark academia book, I read it. Like, so all the ones on my shelves are ones that I've already read. But I think I might read, it's called Nocticadia. It's on Kindle Unlimited. I need to see how long it is, because I also started listening to Immortal Dark, but I don't think that I could just finish an audiobook as fast as I can finish a Kindle Unlimited book. 678 pages? Holy crap! Okay. How long would that take me to read, though? That's crazy. Okay, this sucks. I have read so many dark academia books already, and a lot of the ones that I'm looking up on Kindle are ones that I would have to buy. Like, I'm really interested in reading Immortal Dark. Honestly, if they have it at the bookstore that I'm going to, it's a cafe bookstore combo. not Barnes & Noble. So maybe if they have it, like, I'll read a little bit of it, but it's gonna be $30 because the book is so pretty and like the sprayed edges are so beautiful, but I don't know if I want to spend $30 on a book right now. Actually, I really don't want to spend $30 on a book right now. So it looks like my only option is reading Nocticadia. So I'm gonna also start that whenever I'm at the bookstore. Bookstore cafe. But yeah. Okay, I only have 40 pages left in Hellbent, but the drink I got in there was nasty. There were people talking very loudly, which is fine. Obviously, it's a cafe. People can do what they want, but I don't have my headphones because I forgot. So I'm gonna sit in my car and finish this book. I feel really unmotivated to read when I go home, but I only have 40 pages left and this book is so crazy. So I'm sitting in my car and finishing. I just finished Hellbent. It was so good. I'll talk more about it later because I don't really want to give a review in my car, but I think I'm gonna go to Barnes & Noble to possibly read, maybe look at a book. I don't know, but I'm going to Barnes & Noble. Okay, my change of plans is like so random, but I did not start Nocticadia and I got really overwhelmed with what to do because I wanted to have a book that I could listen to, and Nocticadia was only on Audible and I'm not paying for Audible and I don't have a subscription for that. So then I decided to buy Immortal Dark, the physical copy, at Target because it was only $15 as opposed to like $30 at Barnes & Noble, even though I was just inside of Barnes & Noble, which, speaking to that, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I went into Barnes & Noble to read some of it. I got to like chapter 7, I think, in Immortal Dark to make sure that I wanted to read it. And then I placed a drive-up order at Target because it was cheaper that way, I think. So then I'm waiting for my drive-up order to be ready, but it was really hot in Barnes & Noble, so I had to leave. So then now I'm waiting for my drive-up order to be ready, but it could take up to 2 hours and I have nothing else to do outside of the house. But if I go back home, I don't want to come back out just to get my book. This is like the stupidest problem ever, but yeah, that's what I'm dealing with at the moment. So I didn't really know what to do because I can't read any more of Immortal Dark on my phone. I downloaded the sample, which obviously ends at a certain point. So I guess I'm just gonna sit here and I don't know where else I would even go before my Target drive-up order is ready. So like I really don't know what to do. Do I go into Target and try to check out and just buy the book there and then cancel my order to see if it's $15 at the checkout? Because the reason I did the drive-up order was because it said it was cheaper. I'm sorry, this is actually so irrelevant, but like I think I'm gonna try because I don't want to sit here for another hour and do nothing and not even have a book to read. Hi, I'm back from having my tantrum that I had earlier. Oh my gosh, as soon as I walked into Target, I got the notification that my order was ready. So I do in fact now have this copy of Immortal Dark, and I'm already 30 pages in. At least at the beginning, these chapters are short. And the female main character, I haven't got to know her that well because it just started, but she's really angry. But like she's really angry at like the vampire people, which I believe, I don't know what the pronunciation is, but in my head I keep saying Drainiac and it sounds so stupid. So I hope that it's not actually pronounced that way because, I don't know, referring to a vampire as a Drainiac is so cringy to me. So she like really hates vampires. She thinks they took her sister, or like the one that's assigned to her family.
took her sister. There's just like, there was a really weird interaction that just happened. And I don't know how to feel about it. I hope the main character gets less. She seems very, she wants to fight is what it feels like. Like she just really wants to fight people, specifically vampires, but really anybody. So hopefully she gets less combative later on. But I also want to give my official review of Hellbent. I gave it 5 stars. This is so good. If you love Night House, you're gonna love Hellbent. Like, it's so funny to me. I don't know if I ever said what the review on Goodreads said that I saw that made me scared to read this, but it was saying, like, for a book about a journey into hell, like, how is it so boring? I fully disagree, because it's very interesting. And also, I guess that person just doesn't like the characters, because it's definitely, like, very character driven. Like, it goes through multiple people's, like, the past of them having, like, really bad regrets or feeling super guilty about certain things, and it explores that in multiple characters, not just Alex or Darlington. So it was great. I loved it. It was so fantastic. And I just looked up when the next one's supposed to come out, and it's like, there's no set date, there's no like title, cover, whatever, which is so funny because in the way that books are being released like nowadays, this came out what, like 2 years ago? Like, it's not even like this book is old. Yeah, this book came out in 2022. So like, but if this had been released like this year, I would expect the next book to be out next year, because that's just how things work now. Yeah, I don't know when the next book is gonna be. I would love it immediately. And I honestly, I don't think I could ever get enough of Alex and Darlington specifically, but I also have grown to love the side characters as well. I don't really know what else to say besides I loved it so much, and I think that you absolutely need to read Ninth House and Hellbent if you're into dark academia literally at all, even just for the vibes. There's ghosts in this book, like, come on. I'm gonna keep reading Immortal Dark. I'm probably gonna go back and forth between like reading it physically and listening to the audiobook. That's just me saying I'm gonna go back and forth between two versions of it, but I don't think that really matters that much. So anyways, goodbye. Into this book and I'm worried. The characters are so shallow, it's insane. Like, our main character only cares about finding her sister and she hates vampires. The main male character is a vampire and he's emo and broody. Like, that's it. But I'm only on page 60, so I don't want to judge too quickly, but like, even in the 60 pages, that's all they've talked about. There has been nothing else. And so then I'm like worried I'm judging too quickly because it's not that far in, but at the same time, I don't think this book is written, like, fantastically. And I feel bad saying that. I know this is a debut novel, but I can tell. And I don't, like, I really don't mean that in a bad way, but, like, I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I'm just nervous, because I don't know. This is... Ooh, I don't know. I'm not obsessed with this. I'm actually a little... really the opposite, and I don't know. I don't want to judge too quickly, and I feel like I am, so obviously I'm gonna keep reading it, but I'm not having a great time, so. I'm not finishing this book. Yeah, I got 112 pages into this book and it's
bad. And in my opinion, that is what I think, okay? Not my taste. Not my taste at all. Also, because I just went on Goodreads to look because I wanted to see what other people were thinking, which I know is not the best idea usually. I honestly only really do that to see what other people said about it if they didn't like it, to see if I agree, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, like it's not gonna get any better. Which I don't know if that's the best thing, but either way. They compared this, they say this book is a combination of The Cruel Prince and Ninth House. Whoever said that, count your days. What is that called? I don't know if that's the same. Whoever said that, they're so wrong for that. It's not. There's actually not anything in here that's similar to either of those things. But oh my god. Yeah. I don't think this book went through like proper editing because oh my gosh, the characters, no depth. They only talk about the same things over and over again. The conversation, the dialogue, doesn't sound like actual conversation. I actually think that I would like rip my hair out if I try to finish this book. And I don't really want to, so I'm not going to. I'm more than happy to get my money back for this, so this is just not happening. Oh my gosh. I haven't read a book like that. I have DNF'd something so hard recently. I don't think I have enough time to read another book though. I'm gonna try to maybe find a Kindle Unlimited book that's Dark Academia, but I'm really not hopeful. I've given up. No more books. That's it. I was looking through Kindle Unlimited and there were some of the most like cheesy descriptions, being like the main character was like, I'm trying to run away from my past and whatever and join this secret dark society. Whatever. I'm done. At least I really loved Hellbent. That book was great. And Ninth House. This is an ad for Ninth House Hellbent. Read it. Thanks. Bye.